You guys listen to the Nick Driver podcast. On air with Nick Driver, here with my man Sam Purpose, and he's a amazing rapper out of Middlesex, North Carolina. Me and him went to school together. Awesome dude, stand-up guy, man. Had a lot of good times. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
So, man, look, I started rapping when I was actually 9 years old, and I started writing music. My first influences was Jay-Z's Dead Presidents and Nas If I Ruled the World. And so I actually started picking up a pen and writing when I heard that song. And then me and you remember On War.
Yeah, man. Man. I ain't talked to him in a long time.
He was my neighbor. He influenced me to start rapping because we used to battle, and he would freestyle. And Duke could freestyle, and then we go back and forth freestyling. And so I fell in love with hip hop music, just watching like a Video Soul, Cedar's World, Rap City. The first Rap City before the Basement with Tigger.
Right.
And so that's when I started really getting into rap music. But, you know, I fast forward, I didn't see myself doing music at all. Like I was trying to play basketball, but that didn't work. So afterwards, you know, I say 2005, I was just finished having a crazy night with my ex-girlfriend. And then her mom asked me to go to church. I was like, church? Why? And so I was like, I went there, I gave my life to Christ. And I ain't gonna say it changed because probably next year when I moved up here to Greensboro, I went right back into doing what I was doing before. And got out academic suspension, but then I came back and committed myself. And so I say from 2005 on to 2015, I didn't really do anything musically. I wasn't even thinking about rapping or anything, but it wasn't until, you know, me and my wife, we came back from Portal, Georgia. And I started writing music, and I heard of this guy named Trip Lee. And my friend put me onto him, and I was like, oh, he rapping, but it's different. It's coming, it's more positive and things of that nature. And so when I heard Trip Lee, then I heard this guy named Bizzle, and he was really raw, uncut with it, just real. I got influenced, and so I started writing again. I wrote my first song, Renewed. It was basically about my story of me giving my life to Christ and changing my life. And like I have a renewed mind, and so from there was birth. You know, my independent label was just me on it, Renew Your Mind Music. And so it's not to be conformed to the world, but to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so, you know I come from a lifestyle of just like drugs and alcohol and things that I was addicted to, sexual perversion. But now I realized that I don't have to live like that, because that really wasn't me. I was doing that stuff to fit in, to be cool, be accepted by my peers. And so when I gave my life to Christ, it wasn't like it was like a life-threatening situation. It was like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing this. And so when I tried to dive back into going out and having sex and
didn't feel
smoking, it was just like,
right.
Why do I feel bad about doing this now? And so that's when that conviction started pulling me away. And so, but as I started to write music more and more, I started to find that it was Christian hip hop, and I didn't know what Christian hip hop was. But at the same time, now it's like, to me, it's a genre of music, but I like hip hop, and I gave my life to Christ. So I am a Christian even when I drop the mic. So whether it's Christian hip hop or just hip hop, you know,
you're really living it, and you're able to really feel those songs you're writing, because, you know, and I love hip hop, you know, I love it too. But sometimes, that's one style of music at times. And me just being a musician and loving a whole bunch of different genres, sometimes it can get very WWE-ish. So,
Hey,
but the thing and I'm saying that with a lighthearted, but sometimes people claim to be things they're not. And what I wanted to circle around to was you're able to be a legitimate light in the world, and you are actually walking the things you're saying. So, and I want to give you congrats on that. So,
yeah, because I feel like, when I got into music, the only reason why I am doing it this way is because I gave my life to Christ. And, while being an artist is something that I do and it's a talent that I have, it's not who I am. So when I drop the mic, the thing about it is I am Sam, the husband, the father, the man that follows Jesus. And so a lot of my music is centered around my life. And, a lot of times I know people feel like, well, your music is only for Christians. It's like, no, it's not. It's real life issues that even as a believer, nothing changed about me when I converted, because I go through issues just like a person who doesn't believe. I go through problems, trials, betrayals, but it's the way that I respond to them. I don't respond by wanting to slap nobody in the mouth. Sometimes I do, but self-control, self-control and a conviction tells me, well, that wouldn't be the right thing to do, not because of just a moral aspect, because it has to be a standard to morality. It has to be some standard, and it just can't be humans, because every human makes a mistake.
Yeah.
Every human has problems. So it has to be something higher than a human moral to be able to want to even drive and have a desire to do good towards people who do wrong towards you.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we're living in a world we're living in now is, it's different. I feel like every couple of years we're in a different world. It's like it just turns upside down, and like I feel like sometimes we're living in like bizarro world right now, but it's nice to hear where you're coming from and talk to you, because hearing somebody say, actually try to do good even to people that do bad to you, because now we've got people out here, it's on TV every night, it's on the internet every night, who are just trying to do bad to each other, and the person hasn't specifically done anything to them. So it's nice to hear that perspective.
Yeah, and that's not natural. It's a constant focus of really staying close to the Lord, and that's more than just going to a church building. Church is important, so I don't eliminate that. And I say it's, even though it's in some aspects, I understand why people leave church. That doesn't make it less important. It still has been great for just throughout history and even now. But like even in church, you got a combination of different people. You got the people that are serious about it. You got the people that just do it as a good deed, and you got people that just there so they can check something off on their little bucket list. And so you just got to find the people within wherever God has placed you to connect with them, because if you are trying to live a life and trying to give your life to Christ and really live for him, you will find people like-minded just like you in church faster than you would the street, even though they're out there too. And so, when you join a place like that, it's just not just to listen to the pastor, it's to help you grow.